Alright, welcome everybody to I think this is the quarterfinals.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright, anyway, it's Grimsley here, and I'll be casting this game alongside Eisler, who just happened to disconnect, so it looks like it's just me and you guys, the viewers. Oh well. Anyway, looking at the bans here, blue team has decided to ban Renekton, Morgana, and Warwick. And on the purple side, we have Blitzcrank, Rek'Sai, and J4 being banned. You know, pretty typical ban so far. Nothing out of the ordinary, except the Warwick, which is quite surprising considering the nerf he just received. We have a Maokai hover here for the blue team. And that is a Maokai pick right there. And on the other side here, we have a Pantheon pick and possibly a Lux pick. Alright, I mean, jungle matchup so far seems pretty even.
User entered your channel.
Alright, so it looks like we have Eisler back. Hello Eisler, how's it going? Yo, Icy there. Okay, looks like we don't have Eisler back. Either way, that Lux pick was picked in.
Okay, I'm back, yeah. So yeah, where are we right now? I'm sorry for that DC. Yeah, Grimsley, can you give me a quick recap of what has happened until I have been DC'd?
Oh, so far all that's happened is the bans so far are the Renekton, Morgana, Warwick by Team Heroes 5. And Blitzcrank, Rek'Sai, and J4 by Team Ace.
Indeed, and we see Maokai jungle probably coming in from the blue team and Pantheon jungle coming in from the red team. So what do you think about a Maokai jungle? Like, we generally see a Maokai going in the top lane.
That's right. He's still quite strong in the jungle. He's not that weak. He offers decent sustain. I'm not too sure how he'll go up against the Pantheon, but he obviously does not have the ganking potential that the Pantheon does.
Indeed. So yeah, and we have Tristana and Leona in the bot lane for the blue team, and we have Vayne and probably Lux going in the bot lane for the red team. So what do you think about that matchup? Like, Leona and Tristana is like a really good bot lane matchup, and Vayne and Lux probably not the perfect matchup, but how do you think it's gonna help the red team?
I mean, the red team does have a little bit more poke with the Lux, of course, with their E's that are really annoying. The blue team so far seems to have a very lockdown comp to get what I mean. Like, they have this Leona who can go in along with the Maokai to just completely isolate a target and eliminate it. Now if a Maokai happens to gank top lane, obviously that's going to be pretty harsh for the red team. Let's see how the Maokai actually turns his ganks out to be. Looks like we also are going to have a Shen and Orianna for the blue team. What's your opinion on Shen just in the top lane right now?
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be a very boring top lane, I suppose, being Shen and Nasus on the top lane.
Well, yeah, they'll just be farming up for late game anyway.
Yeah.
really tanky as
Yeah,
well
but
as.
Shen has to make sure that he doesn't let Nasus Q like stack his Qs.
And Shen does offer decent sustain against Nessus as well. I mean, he could just rush MR and that'll be fine, considering how they have so much AP on red team.
Yeah, indeed. So we have Oriana and Fizz in the middle lane. So you are really pretty much acquainted with the middle lane, so you'll be like pretty much sure what's gonna happen in the middle lane. So what do you think, Oriana and Fizz?
Oriana Fizz, well, Fizz is a champion that can. Well, I happen to believe that he has the potential to outplay pretty much every other mid lane champion at level 6. Now, the Oriana running exhaust here is actually really, really smart because it completely shuts down Fizz's damage with his ulti, his ESQ, because that's a lot of burst that comes in at level 6. I'm expecting, just the regular Oriana to be lane dominant during most of it. Fizz is quite a weak laner. Uh, and yeah, I think the farm advantage should obviously go to Oriana. Fizz maybe might catch up later on in the mid game, but it just depends how well the Fizz roams.
Yeah, indeed. And we see the Leona going in with an ignite and not an exhaust against that Vayne. So don't you think that would like kind of be a trouble for them in the late game?
Yeah, in the late game for sure. And turns out the Oriana just switched out of exhaust and she actually went chose to go ignite instead. Maybe they're looking for some early ganks by the Maokai. Maybe that's why they're picking the ignite just to get that extra kill pressure. But in the late game, obviously they're gonna suffer a lot because the exhaust from Lux in the late game is just completely gonna shut down the Tristana, and that makes it really hard for blue team to deal much all that damage.
Yeah, but if we see the game from another perspective, we might see that the blue team is going to turn out to be very tanky against the red team. Like they have Maokai, they have Leona, they have Shen. Oh, besides in the red team, they just have probably Nasus and probably Pantheon going in a bit tanky.
Yeah, but the thing with purple team is they do a lot of damage. I mean, if the Lux just chooses to go full AP, she can get a couple or she can get one support item, but then she just goes full AP. She's gonna do a lot of damage towards the late game.
Yeah, so the
Microphone
red
muted.
team is they're supposed to make sure that they need to end the game fast. They need to make sure that.
Yeah, that's right. They need to they need to make sure that they end the game fast because if it does get to late game, the red team is just going to be wasting so much just to get rid of these essentially super tanks that they will just be left with nothing. They'll just be trading cooldowns and the blue team is always going to come up on top because of how late game oriented they are with the Tristana, Oriana, Maokai, Shen. I mean, they're just fantastic champions in the late game.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright guys, looks like Iceland has timed out once more, and I'm sure he'll just pop back in soon. Well, looking at the lane so far, in the top lane, Shen versus Nasus, I'm not expecting much to happen there. Maybe the Nasus gets a few kills if the Pantheon ganks well. Could go the other way around too if it's honestly all about the jungle. How well they gank and when they choose to gank. Obviously the dragon's going to be a pretty important objective throughout this game. Alright, so we're just going to load into the game now.
User entered your channel.
Alright then, well, we're in game now. It looks like, we have a pretty decent start here by both teams. And by decent start, I mean regular start. There's no shenanigans happening. Blue team's not trying to invade, even though they do have the upper hand. And looks like we have Iceland back. Ice, are you there?
Yep.
Alright. Your game load.
Yeah, I'm almost in the game. I'm
Right.
at 54 seconds, 55, 56, 57, if that's okay with everyone, right? Lokesh, what time are you at? That's more important to us, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Microphone activated.
Are you sure?
114, 115, 116, right? Okay, cool, cool.
Okay, because I'm at 150. I'll come back then. What do I come back
Okay.
at? Tell me.
125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130.
Alright. Okay, I'm at 131. Yeah, alright. So we're in sync. You know what we can do this game is interact with the viewers. I mean, you know, we have so many viewers who spend so much time watching these games. And, you know, apart from obviously casting the game, we could also, you know, spend some time answering their questions if they like.
Yeah, sure, but you know, it might be just a bit difficult switching on over to the Twitch stream again and again.
Alright, either way, looks like Pantheon's just gonna start his Guamp, move on to his blue buff. Pretty standard starts here. The Leona, of course, been quite dominant in the lane early on.
Okay, so yeah, so because I was DC, we probably didn't get the time to talk about their team fight potentials. So, meanwhile, they aren't doing anything much right now in their lanes, I guess. So we can quickly talk about how their team fights are gonna go. So what do you think? Who's gonna have a better chance of winning those team fights?
Team fights. Well, I honestly, the blue team is the only one that actually has has a basic structure of a team fight. Cause you know they have some synergy with the Shen, the Maokai, Leona thing going on. Cause basically the Shen goes in, not just the Shen, it's the Leona that goes in. Shen can ult on top of her, Maokai can go in as well. Leona ults, Orianna ults. It's just so much burst that comes in through that team fight. There's many different ways it can go on. But
Yeah, indeed. So
it's
right now
just a stronger team fight.
yeah. So we see like Tristana taking in a lot of damage, and Leona flashes in for that stun.
I mean, it's not really worth it. Tristana doesn't do that much damage early on in the game.
Yeah, Tristana is not that strong early game.
Yeah, she's more of the farming to late game types. Anyway, Eisler, we have a question here for you. Hello,
Okay.
This is from Hello Cuties. He says, "Will you marry me, mofo?"
I guess we're not supposed to take in such questions, only questions about the league. And we probably see a gang coming in the middle lane, and we see Pantheon flashing and trying to stun that Orianna, but Orianna flashes out of that.
Yeah, she gets some decent damage on the Fizz as well.
Yeah, so it's kind of not such a good gang, but we might see Orianna going down, and we see Maokai coming in with a flash, Fizz flashing out of it, and Maokai could not get a snare onto Fizz.
Just barely out of his range.
Yeah, so Pantheon still just being around, trying to get that kill onto Orianna, and he probably is still not able to get that kill.
Meanwhile, Leon on the bot lane lashes onto the lane. Not much happening out of that. They're just trading cooldowns and damage right now. This is not It's not like they're actually trying to kill each other. I mean, they are, but it's not working
Yeah,
out
and
that
we
well
see
for
that
them.
Lux probably going all in and Leona taking the first blood, Tristana going in and Tristana flashing and getting that kill and safely jumping out of there. That was a nice move by Leona, but a really stupid move by Lux. I don't know why she like went all into that Tristana for no reason at all.
That's what I mean. The Tristana obviously played it very well as well.
And we see in the top lane Shen kind of harassing that Nasus a lot, I suppose.
Oh, meanwhile, in the mid lane, just as I expected, Orianna outfarming the Fizz so far. Fizz does have a very weak laning phase. I mean, not extremely weak, but it's quite weak compared to like a Syndra or a Yasuo.
Yeah, and in the top lane, Shen is a really nice job not allowing that Nasus to stack his Qs because Nasus is like right now at almost 49 stacks at 6 minutes, and which is not a good thing. Really not a good thing.
Well, Nasus is trying. He's trying pretty hard. Oh, do you see that I'm just missing a Q right there? And that happens every now and then.
Probably because he's under a lot of pressure right now because that Shen is like using his Qs and poking him a lot.
That's a
And
lot
he's
of,
healing,
yeah.
yeah, and he's healing off him, you can say. He's healing off that Nasus.
Yeah, he is, pretty much. I mean, Shen's W also gives him 7 sustain. It's very annoying to deal with.
Yeah. And we see Leona engaging into that team fight, and probably we'll
Oh.
see Lux going down, Lux flashing out of it, Tristana jumping into it. We see Pantheon coming in on the bottom lane, and they're probably retreating because they saw Pantheon over there. We see Maokai in the top lane ganking, and we just might see nothing happening because they just walk away.
Well, Orianna didn't have
Yeah.
flash or anything. Panther just casually walks in the lane and smites her and just runs away.
I know.
Not much coming out of that. Meanwhile, Maokai makes his way mid. Okay,
And
well, typical, we have our first pause of the game. One of many, I hope. I mean, not hope, I expect. Oh well. Indian internets, I tell you.
okay, Fantastic actually took the pain and he sent me those
Questions,
yeah, the questions. Okay, the
Well, we
first
can-
question was by Hello Cuties. That's probably Kaka, I guess.
yeah.
So, will you marry me, Mofo? Yeah, I am not gonna marry you. Sorry.
Oh, denied, Kaka. Right, here's
Yeah.
another question for you. I mean, it's not just for you, it's just in general. Is Vidushi
Is
hidden
Vidushi
bronze?
hidden bronze? Yeah, I got that I got that question too.
What
So
do you
we'll
think?
probably answer that in the next pause. Right now we'll get back into the game. And yeah, we see Lux not being quite a nice pick there because she's taking so much damage from the Tristana. Like she's not able to stay into that lane much. She can probably delete someone if she's kind of soloing, but that's gonna happen after she gets those items, get that AP damage. Until then, she's not gonna do anything in that lane, I guess.
Yes, that's right. And also, I must point out the item deficit that Vayne currently faces. She just has a lamp scepter compared to Tristana's BF sword, which is huge right now. She just does so much damage along with that E damage over time. It hurts. It hurts quite a bit.
Yeah, indeed. And we also see that Tristana is way ahead in that CS2. So it's really not a good thing right now for the red team's bottom lane.
Well, then in the mid lane they have Fizz who went for the second Doran's ring. Oh, I mean
Yeah,
he's not farming too well.
Yeah, indeed. He's not able to farm that well because Orianna being ranged and having that poke. So I guess.
Yeah, plus Orianna just as a champion is quite lane dominant. Looks like they have
Okay,
another pause.
another question coming in. Ice, will you go on a date with Hello Cuties? That's by Tigresa. Okay. No.
Oh, double rejected, Kaka.
Nothing to do with Hello Cuties.
Ooh. Man,
Okay,
today, that's a bad day for him today. Nothing to do with Hello Cuties. Oh, no worries, Hello Cuties. If he won't go on a date with you, I might. Oh, we still have all these DCs going on.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright, well, looks like we have a disconnection from the caster's bench here as well. Eisler has conveniently left me all alone to have fun with you guys. Alright, well, looks like we have another question here. Okay, no, we don't. Alright, yeah, we do. Ripcord, why do you have to think so much to say no? I don't know, man. I guess only Eisler can answer that for you. Meanwhile, Tristana here taking some heavy damage. She tanked a few charge shots, which were quite unnecessary, but hey, why not? Oh wow, Fizz comes in here for the flash ulti. Q's onto her E's, but oh wow, the Orion shockwaves are right into the Shen coming in. Pantheon also in as well. Flashes out just after clearing the kill on Oriana. I think he's gonna survive this. Yeah, he is. I mean, that was pretty fast. That was really, really quick how that happened. I guess it was just good communication by the Shen to ulti onto the Oriana. Or perhaps it was predictable. I mean, that was quite desperate for the Fizz to even do such a thing. Flash ulti. He didn't necessarily need the kill, but he is quite snowbally as a champion, so that is definitely going to help him. Oh well, looks like that kill was actually picked up by Shen and not the Oriana, so that's definitely going to give Shen an advantage, since he already has a CS advantage with the Nasus. Nasus taking some really bad trades here by the Shen. Oh. That's a lot of damage going right through. Meanwhile, Leona goes in. He tanks one too many card shots. It's not really worth it. Oh well, that's just a failed gank there in the mid lane that we just saw. And looks like Pantheon's gonna make his way top. And so will Fizz, he'll be roaming top as well.
User joined your channel.
I think that's just bad communication going on. Pantheon
User
came
left
up,
your channel.
but Nasus
User
didn't
joined
actually
your channel.
wither the Shen. Oh yeah, looks like we have Eisler back. Alright.
This is so irritating for me right now because it's like more than the players, the casters DCing, which is not a good thing.
Even caster DCing. It's just you, man.
Yeah, I said the caster. Okay, so what time? Okay, we have a lot of action going in. I think I'm not at the right time or something.
We're at 11:56, 57 TA.
I'm like a few seconds behind you, so yeah,
I mean,
we saw.
There's a lot of action that just took place.
Yeah, we saw
Fizz-
Oriana going
yeah.
down.
We saw Rihanna going down twice. The Fizz obviously, I found the first time he went in was kind of desperate, but it turned out okay for them.
Okay, so before this, some another action going to take place. I should quickly get back to what time you are at. Can you just quickly tell me?
I'm at 12:30, 31, 12:33, 34.
Okay, I'm like a second ahead of you, so that shouldn't make much of a difference, I guess.
Yeah, not much. Okay, either way, we have a question here by Syntastic. He says, do you think Pantheon's build is viable? The first item is lame for an AD caster. I mean, Pantheon's build so far...
Yeah, I guess that item is not really good because that item, like, it does that true damage over 6 seconds, like 3 seconds. So I don't think that's a really good option unless he's going full AD, and going full AD wouldn't help the team much. So not viable from my side, I should say.
Yeah,
not
I have to
in
agree
this
as well.
composition.
I'm personally not a fan of the challenging smite just in general. I think it's a bit, I don't know. I just don't see the practical use of it.
Yeah, the challenging smite is probably a good idea for someone like Warwick, or probably even someone like Master E.
I don't know, but you could go with the other smite, right? The I don't know what it's called, the blue smite, whatever that's called.
Yeah,
you summon CC on top of that.
Yeah, the chilling smite.
Yeah, the chilling smite, yes.
Yeah, that's a good choice actually for like junglers like Pantheon, or he could have probably gone for the Ranger's Tailblazer.
Right. Yeah, he could have. It looks like Oriana's gonna receive her blue buff. And Fizz is not. Alright, Pantheon's gonna decide to take this blue buff for himself.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, we see Nasus using his ultimate and Shen still healing off of him. So Shen is like a really nice pick against that Nasus. And we see an Oriana ult coming in and Fizz going all in, Pantheon ulting over in the mid lane. Oriana flashes in and take the kill, but Oriana not able to live that. Shen trying to use that ultimate, but still he couldn't save Oriana.
Yeah, and that is gonna put his ultimate on cooldown.
So what do you think about that fight that Oriana just immediately ulted over that Fizz?
That was a good opportunity Oriana had. Maybe if the Shen ultimate came in a little earlier and not so late, it should have gone on Oriana as soon as the Pantheon circle arrived.
And we see a teleport coming in near the dragon, and Leona stunning that Pantheon successfully, and we see a snare coming in on Vayne, and Vayne not even trying to kite anyone and quickly goes down over there. So this is going to be an easy dragon for the blue team right now.
That was just really well played by Leona. She just caught all of them out. I mean, that's what the entire team comes about, right? You catch someone out and you just obliterate them, and they did that really well.
Indeed. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Fizz taking in a lot of damage, and on the top lane we see Nasus pushing hard. And that nice trickster coming in by Fizz.
I mean, that's just what you can do with Fizz. It's just the few, it's the few pleasures of having Fizz. You can dodge so many abilities with that trickster.
Yeah, and the Nasus taking the top turret quite easily.
He's still 20 CS behind in farm though, and 2 kills down.
Yeah.
Let's just see how many stacks he's got. He's got 216 stacks so far. I don't know, I don't play Nasus, I don't know if that's good.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Let's head over and see what his Q stacks are. So right now his Q stacks are 216 at 16 minutes. And we probably see that Vayne going down, even though she went all into that Tristana at such low health. And we'll probably see Maokai going in, but that nice snare coming in at the perfect moment, and Fizz couldn't do anything. That was well played by the red team.
The blue team just slowly creeping ahead and farm CS, global goal. Just going really well for them so far.
Yeah, if you see about that fight in the bottom lane where Vayne was pretty sure that she could have got that Tristana easily, but Leona coming in with her stun was like it changed the whole game. Like she
That's
used two
fair,
of her
yeah.
stuns, her ultimate and her Q. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you see the red team has the blue team has a lot of CC, like hard CC, not just a snare like what Lux
Yeah.
has. So that's gonna be like pretty hard for the red team to counter. Like it's gonna be difficult for them to get back and fight in those team fights.
Well, oh, this is just some tanky bruiser. Okay, well, Pantheon makes his way top for a gank. Not much gonna come out of that because the Shen's is so tanky right now. He just decides to ult away. And he just gets to the mid lane, and they could be sieging this tower right now.
Yeah, they're probably wanting to get that tower easily. And we see Fizz going down and Leona tanking that turret for some reason. Now Maokai has planned to tank that turret, and we probably see Lux going down.
That was a
And
good ultimate by the Leona.
Yeah,
It's
that was good.
unfortunate yeah, no,
Yeah,
there was
I
no
think that-
follow-up though.
Yeah, I think that Lux ult is doing lesser damage than that Leona ult.
Yeah, it is, because Lux is very item dependent. Just as a champion, her base damages are not that good. That's the only reason she's not doing as much damage. She only has the Fiends and... No, that's not a thing. That's the Chalice of Harmony right now. She's gonna need a couple items before she starts hurting.
Yeah, and we're probably gonna see Tristana getting fed pretty soon. She's already 3-0 and she's 155 CS and she's like 50 CS, 60 CS ahead of that Vayne.
That's right, and she also has a completed Infinity Edge.
Yeah, and she's gonna get a static shield, yeah, like in the next back she's gonna get it.
Yeah, pretty much. I would also like to mention the Lichbane completion on the Fizz. Lichbane's a huge power spike for the Fizz. It just amplifies his damage by so much.
Yeah, indeed, but I don't think that's gonna help them right now that much because he's already 0-4. Like, they need a huge comeback to get back into this game. And we'll probably see Pantheon taking a lot of damage and an ult coming in by Fizz, not dealing that much of a damage onto Leona. And we're gonna see Pantheon going down with that hard CC.
He should have just kept running. I don't know why he stopped.
Yeah, he stopped there. He probably thought that his team is gonna get into it and fight them because they were here. And we saw Flash E coming onto that Lux. And that Lux using a snare to keep the Tristana away.
Dragon's up in a minute.
The Dragon's gonna be up. So they are de-warding the place. They're probably gonna make sure that the red team is gonna be away from that. We see a flash taunt coming in from Shen and Leona taking out that kill. The blue team are very confident at this moment in the game. Like they are flashing in for those kills. And that steal coming in by Pantheon using his ultimate, but we see him going down and Orianna still gets the blue. She's like, okay, if not this way, the other way.
It was just really silly for the Pantheon to do that. Why would you?
Yeah, that was a lame ultimate. That was a very lame ultimate.
I don't get it. Why would you do that? Going in 1v4 like that.
And we see him saying my blue, but it seems like Orianna is more possessive about the blues.
Orianna like has opted to go with the Tear of the Goddess. I don't know, I think she feels confident with how the game's going. It's good to have that mana region as well.
Yeah, and the second dragon for the blue team, another easy dragon, not good for the red team. They need to do something to get back into the game and like they need to like show them some fight, like show them that even they can flash and ult you and get the skills.
I think the only reason they're actually suffering so much is because they have barely any vision. I don't think any of the solo laners bought any wards this game except for the trinkets that they already had. And the Lux obviously is not warding much. She's barely warding.
Yeah, the Lux got that side ward pretty late in the game, I guess.
Oh yeah, I think she did.
So That's why she couldn't ward, I guess.
I mean, that's just a poor choice that she made. She should have gone for the side ward. But then look at how much vision the blue team actually has. It's quite a lot. And it's at the right spot. It's not just vision in general, it's just vision at the right place. Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
Tristana finished
indeed.
her static show.
Yeah, we
What do
see.
you... Yeah.
What?
Nothing, I think the Fizz is going to go for a Void Staff next, or Death Cap. Which are both bad items at this stage. You should probably go Zonias.
Yeah, you should probably rush for his Zhonya's.
Yeah. Or at least finish his boots if he requires the magic pen that desperately.
Yeah, we see Oriana even not finishing her boots until now. Like, she's got 2 items, but she hasn't finished her boots.
She doesn't really need the boots, apart from the movement speed she gets. She doesn't really need the magic pen. Which is quite a big reason to get boots in the first place. Well, that's a taunt out of range. That's gonna be top tier 1 going to blue team as well.
And we'll probably see that phase going down. And then last hit coming in by Tristana. And we see a flash coming in from
that was a shockwave used that I think she flashed over.
And Lux is gonna go down, and we have a Maokai on killing spree. We see the Nasus is probably gonna go down, but he uses flash to get out of that.
Blue team overextending a little bit.
Yeah, but I guess they are pretty confident about it. They're sure that they're gonna get those kills.
Yeah, and plus they are 7k goals up right now, which is always good to have.
Like, if we see that Tristana is dealing so much damage that Pantheon flashed like for no reason at all right there.
That preemptive flash right there. I think blue team was just completely destroyed red team psychologically. Furious 5 doing a good job of mentally disabling their opponents. I mean, look at their scores. Even I would be, really disheartened after playing that badly. All 5.
But I guess the red team did not do a great job choosing what champions they should go against. And we see that ultimate coming in from Pantheon. And that Shen taking no damage at all, I guess.
No damage whatsoever. Pantheon still opting to go for, well, he is choosing to go tanky. I have no idea why. He should have just, if he's going AD, he should have just gone AD.
Yeah, if he's going AD and on top of that he's gone that jungle item who deals damage. So
yeah.
Not a really wise choice coming there from Pantheon, and he's trying to back off. Well, not good. So let's rush and talk about these item builds that they're going to right now. So we see the Maokai going in, probably going in for a Spirit Visage. What do you think? A Spirit Visage or a Banshees?
I think that's going to be a Spirit Visage, looking at how it goes well with his ultimate as well. Not just his ultimate, just his self-sustaining nature, which is quite good to have. And oh wow, looks like Shen's completed the Thornmail. I don't think Shen's
completed the Thornmail. He has his Sunfire, and we probably see that Pantheon going down. And yeah, that's an easy kill. We have a disconnection coming in from the blue team, and I thought they wouldn't pause the game, but they still chose to pause the game.
I mean, yeah, it's better to play this safe. I'm sorry, they're so far ahead.
Yeah,
they're almost 10k goal ahead.
They are 4 times the kills ahead of the red team.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, so let's talk about the gold lead. We see Tristana almost 60 plus CS ahead of that Vayne. She has like what, 3k more gold than that. Not 3k, sorry, 3.6k gold more than that Vayne.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty fair Tristana.
That's a lot. 3.6k is practically an Infinity Edge.
Yeah,
Infinity Edge costs
yeah.
38.
So she's one item ahead of that Vayne, like more than an item, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a last whisper.
Wow, she used to go the last whisper, although she doesn't need it right now. I mean, okay, it would be good against the Pantheon and the Nasus.
Obviously, Tristana hasn't chose to go for any lifesteal items except for that Doran's Blade. Like, no other lifesteal items until now, I guess.
She doesn't actually need it because of how bad she is, actually.
Yeah, and she has that range, so she's gonna be outside those team fights and, like, position herself and get the kills.
This ton is all about positioning herself, how well you can position.
Yeah, because the Shen, the Leona, and the Maokai, all three of them are gonna go in and tank all the peel for them, so...
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. But the red team, if they want to get back into the game, they need to, like, catch that Tristana or, Tristana or Orianna, like, somewhere when they're alone, get those kills, shut them down. Like, even in team fights, they need to go in and make sure that Tristana shouldn't deal the damage that she's dealing right now. So do you have any good strategies
at this point in the game? I see that. Well, in my opinion, at this point in the game, the red team should just, look to ward up an entire area and just camp some bush, hope that someone passes by and just get a few picks, because that's what they need. They need immediate gold in their pockets right now just to catch up.
User
and
in
it's
your
not just
channel
gonna be
timed
one or two
out.
picks. They're gonna need like. Alright, well, looks like Isler's gone, but I'll just keep talking anyway. But it looks like they're gonna need like a team fight worth of picks just to catch back up and go. Is finally completing his boots. Well, that's not that bad to have. I think blue team is kind of. They should be pushing harder. They should group up and just start sieging. I don't know why they're not doing that. They have so much range, so much peel, so much. They have everything they need to siege. The Orianna, the Tristana just did so much, but it looks like they're gonna do the Baron instead. It's gonna be a quick Baron, quick, easy. Red team has no idea it's even happening. Pretty cool. That's again because of how they have like literally no vision on the map. Yeah, that's our VR. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We will answer them. Like, red team just trying to farm up now. Oh, the goal lead is just getting so out of hand. Blue team just slowly and steadily getting a higher and higher goal lead. It's an 11,000 goal lead right now. That's the bot lane turret going over. I think they are going to make their way down to this inhibitor turret. Yes, that's what they're. This Tanner does just so much damage right now. Oh, looks like. That's just a lot of action going on right now. He's got a nice pick. Thought he got the Orianna, but hey, he does no damage right now. Just poorly played. And he shouldn't have gone in like that. He should have probably hoped for some more follow-up. I don't know what his team was up to at that point. That's gonna be the second inhibitor going down. And it looks like they're just gonna back off now. Maybe they're looking for the top lane inhibitor. So far ahead, they could just end right now. Looks like they just want to rack up some good KDAs before they end the game. The Shen has a Warmog's armor now, and he has opted to go for a BF sword. Just, oh wow, this is a catch on blocks. That's a two-man taunt right there. That's a lot of damage coming through. But that's just the Shen and Leona damage, wow. Looks like Pantheon's gonna go down as well. Oh, but he flashes away. Shen, meanwhile, just is so tanky right now. Hornmill doing a lot of work, but and the Pantheon still survives. That's just how you throw games at these elos, man. Wow. They shouldn't have been fighting. They shouldn't have been fighting without their teammates. They should have just backed off, played it safe. But it's fine. They still have such a huge lead. It doesn't even matter how many times they throw. They need to throw at least 3 more times for them to actually come back. Bane getting a bit too low here by the super minions. Is rejoicing for his first kill. Completes his death cap finally. Tristana's just getting a solid dragon right there. That's another dragon going over to them. That was their 4th dragon of the game.
User joined your channel.
Just so far ahead. 4 dragons. Red team has literally none. I don't think red team has dragons. Yeah, red team does not have any dragons. What a stomp blue team's going through. They could dive here because of how tanky they are. Yeah, Tristana's also finished her Blade of the Ruined King now. It just does so much damage at such high speeds. The Locke's ultimate literally doing no damage, just crashing the Leona's armor. And after getting the 3rd inhibitor, they finally get their eyesights onto the Nexus Taurus, and well, red team's gonna make a stand. Oriana going really low, gets a double kill, it's a beautiful QW right there. Blocks are extending, Nass is just so tanky. Well, looks like, alright, well, they're just gonna end the game now. They're gonna knock on the Nexus turrets, get a few last kills. And that's a victory by Team Furious 5.